Hi, the deadlift is an excellent exercise to building strength in the lower back, the gluteals, hamstrings, and calf and quadriceps muscles. It's a very functional exercise, but done poorly, it can put a lot of pressure on those structures and lead to injury and pain. So I wanted to go through a couple of examples of poor technique today and then one of good technique, just so you know how to set yourself up and to get the best results and also prevent injury. So in the first one here, we can see the setup with neck is a little bit too high in the hips and a bit too rounded in the back, upper back and lower back, and that's going to put strain on that whole spine, all those joints there, and the discs. Also, the shoulder blades are just pulled away from the spine, and that's going to put a bit more pressure on the shoulder muscles and tendons. So if we have a look at this, how it looks, yeah. So in action doesn't look too bad, but the poor setup really is what leads to the issue here. Now, in this video here, we can see the setup is a bit better, so the hips are a bit lower. There's a bit more retraction of the shoulders. But if we can just see what happens at the end, and it goes into hyperextension at the end of the movement there. See that again, just there, a bit too much of a lean backwards, and that's going to put a lot of pressure on those lower thoracic facet joints particularly. So if we now have a look at what's ideal, so this is an example of a better setup. Notice the hips are quite low here, the shoulders are back, and there's just a general level of smoothness with the action here. The hips low, the bar very close to you, and lowering very slowly. So that's a good setup and a good execution there. And we can see there that the spine is not too rounded. There's a neutral spine here, and neck's driving through the hips and keeping the shoulders quite retracted as well. So these are all good examples of a good deadlift. Keep the hips low. Don't round too much through the lower back and the upper back, but don't hyperextend either. And hopefully with those cues, you'll be able to do a really good deadlift and build up your capacity and strength without injury. Bye for now.